Hello, my sweet crafty friends. It's Monique with Grace and Tattered Lace. Come on in, say hello, let me know where you're watching from. If you don't see that little red light up there, that means you're on replay. Make sure you type exclamation point replay and let me know that you're here. Hello, friends. Come on in. Say hello as you come on in. Hello, sweet Sherry. How are you? Miss Deb. I feel like I haven't seen you for a while, Sherry. I hope that you're doing well, girl. Let me see. Let me make sure that we got this over to the channel. No, we don't. Come join me. Okay. All right. Hello, Miss Caroline, Antonia, and Jennifer, Christina. How are you ladies today? I can't wait to do this with you too, Christina. I had to play with it and tweak it and get it just right so that it was working good. Hello, Maggie. How are you, friend? Feel like I haven't seen you for a while either. There's sweet Patty. Welcome, friend. Hi, Susan. Are you still crafting, girl? Hi, Michelle. Hello, sweet Beth. Hi, Jill. Come on in, ladies. Wish your yarn looked as organized as the paints. You guys gotta find something to keep them organized in. Do some research and find out how people organize their yarn. Hello, Angie. Hi, Susie. Happy to see you too. Maybe some like crates or something, because those are like little plastic containers, Caroline, that I just stuck on the side. Obviously, they're too small for your yarn, but maybe you could find some like little plastic crates over at Dollar Tree or some wooden crates from Michael's or something. You wrapped it up this morning and you had your last show of the year today and it was great. Fantastic, Susan. I'm so happy to hear that. That is amazing. Congratulations, girl. Your hard work paid off. Hello, sweet Shannon and Gail. Hello, Michelle. All right, ladies. Let's see. We are going to put this little skate together. We'll just start getting it painted while people are still coming on in. I have a couple things to show you. And we'll do that in a bit when we get if more people show up. Hello, sweet Donna. How are you? Okay, so this is the cute little skate. I am going to put 3 different little tags in this because I just couldn't make my mind up, and that'll just give you the options of choosing whichever one you want and maybe using a different one or using one on a different craft at a later time. So it's hard for me to hold them all up together, so we'll just do this. Your sister, you use it fast, especially this time of the year. Okay. All right, so there's the 3 different tags, you guys. Skate rental on like a ticket, skate rental 25 cents, and let it snow. So, you know, I can be indecisive sometimes. So, but I just thought I would put them all 3 in there. Hello, Vicky. I did get dinner, girl. We had some, I think it's called World's Greatest Macaroni and Cheese. I don't remember exactly. We got it at Costco. That's what I had. What did you guys have for dinner? Okay, I'm going to paint this with some sheepskin, and I'm also going to use burnt umber. Okay, they're both folk art, sheepskin and burnt umber. So it's kind of like a vintagey white, not necessarily cream and not necessarily white. I'm just going to get some here. This one is almost empty, you guys. I'm setting it on its side. Oh, goodness. All right, you guys tell me, what did you guys all have for dinner? Chicken pot pie with rice. Ooh, we had chicken pot pie earlier in the week from Costco. Because you guys know I don't cook. Not anymore. Kevin told me I lost my domestic skills. He said, what happened to you? You don't have any domestic skills anymore. You had chicken pot pie too? The hubby bought pizza and wings, so you didn't have to cook. That was very nice of him. Hi, Rhonda. Hello, Sherry. Michelle from California, going to get Mexican food. I am so jealous because the Mexican food here is terrible. And we just don't get what we used to get in California. If you guys have never been to California before and you ever go, you have to get Mexican food when you go there. You just do. Not in a chain store either. You have to go into a little mom and pop store, little hole in the wall restaurant, and get yourself some good Mexican food. Man, my paint seems a little dry. Hamburger gravy over mashed potatoes. Hi, Sue. Hi, Tracy. Sherry's getting Mexican food, too. All right, I got to paint this a little bit faster because, oops, I didn't mean to get that on there. For whatever reason, my paint is drying rather quickly. All right, so I want to paint the boot and like the sole of the skate brown. And I didn't mean to get that on there. For those of you that are kind of new around here, my daughter used to be an ice skater when she was little. She skated from the age of 3 until she got into middle school. And so ice skates are really special to my heart. And I like to do a very traditional, vintagey looking skate because of that. So just have fond memories of her skating. Let me get this paint on here because for whatever reason it is drying so fast. Let's just put a little paint on our brush. Never experienced this before, you guys, to be honest. Okay. California has shredded beef tacos, not ground beef. Yes, Michelle, they're way better. Anywhere else they have ground beef tacos. And if it's not ground beef, it's not the same as California. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I'm sorry I missed so much because my paint was drying really quick. Your hubby announced tonight that he will be making dinner on Wednesday night, and you're almost fainted. Oh, that's hysterical, Shannon. Lisa cooked last night, smothered pork chops, smothered potatoes, and field peas. Oh, yummy. You miss being a skate mom too, Angie? I know. She skated until her first year of college. ham and pizza, ham wedgie from Pizza Shop. Hi, Joyce. I don't have time to cook. You are, that's right, Michelle, remember that. And I used to work at a school over there in San Jacinto. That was my first job in a school system when I was a speech language pathologist assistant. Okay. Yeah, so my daughter did singles skating, and then she did singles figure skating, and she also was a synchro skater. Beef stroganoff, broccoli, and cheddar biscuits. Hi, Gina. All right, so now I'm just going to put a little bit of brown on the boot and just along the base, and then we'll paint it. The blade is going to be black. I know skate blades are usually silver, but it's just the silver is not going to go with the look that I'm trying to go for. Hi, Melissa. And you guys, I'm not going to worry about it being perfect, you know, lined up. We're going to sand it, so it's okay that it, you know, could be a little wonky. Don't worry about it being perfect. Do we have the same daughter? Oh goodness. She actually, our ice rink did not have synchro skating, and we did groups. So we begged our coaches. There was a group of the girls that were all friends, and we begged them to do groups. And so it started out, their very first group performance that they did to Toy Story. And I used to make her skating outfits. And she was Dorothy, and so I made the Dorothy outfit. Oh my gosh, way harder than a skating outfit. And I swore I'd never sew that again. So there we go. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Tasha. So anyway, so once they did that a few times and they were in the group thing, we saw a few synchro teams, and we begged and begged and begged and begged, and they finally got a synchro team. And then they started with her grade level, her age level they started out with, and then they got a couple others. They added some, you know, like the higher level teams, and they became a very, very good team. I was devastated when my life completely changed because she didn't want to skate anymore. And yeah, that was very hard. And the team that she was on ended up being a award-winning international team when the girls that were her age got to the senior level. They traveled all over the world. So anyway, it is what it is, but it was a fun experience, and it was very expensive. So if anybody has children or grandchildren, definitely think about it, because it's not a cheap sport. All right, I think we got all the pieces painted. You guys, this one is very easy to put together and paint. You figure skated until you were about 15. You used to pretend you were a skater when you were little. Oh my gosh, that's what my daughter did too, Shannon. She had like these little dress-up shoes. They were like gold, and they had like these gaudy looking, you know, crystals, fake crystals all over them. They were really slick on the bottom, and she would just like push her feet around, and she would go around in the house on the carpet, and we would ask her what she was doing. Sorry, I'm just cleaning my brush. We'd ask her what she was doing, and she told us she was ice skating. And so she begged and begged and begged and begged to go ice skating. So we finally took her when she turned 3. The only sport that I found that is not expensive, Patty, is swimming. My oldest daughter was a swimmer. All right, I'm going to turn the heat tool on, you guys. So if you have earbuds in, turn those babies down. Swimming is not that expensive. Yeah, the park is expensive, but that usually lasts them quite a while. You can get it, you know, a little bit big and they can grow into it. And it's probably the least expensive sport that I know of. You ordered all of yours. Let's see. Figure skating, synchro, all levels. Yeah, lots of fun at competitions. What state are you in again, Angie? They went to, you know, nationals and things like that. I know. Deb, he's downstairs. Holler at him. If he pops in, then you guys can let him know that he needs to come upstairs. Competitive genius, yeah. And you did it all the way through college. Oh, that's so awesome, Patty. Wisconsin, okay. No, we never traveled to Wisconsin. We went to Colorado, we went to Alabama, went to New York, we went to Seattle, Washington. Trying to think where else. Those are all the ones that we went to when she was in it. And then, like I said, they ended up going to other places. They went to Russia. They went to Italy. I think they went to Switzerland. Oh my gosh, you say that he was at work yesterday, right? And one of the nurses called him on the walkie. And she didn't think that it went across. She didn't hear it. So she did that exact same thing. And my husband was sitting at like the nurse's station area. And he goes, does anybody else feel like they're on the Home Alone movie? Okay. All right. Now we're just going to sand this just a little bit. We're all over Chicago, Wisconsin, and Texas. Not much else. Used to pretend on your socks on the floor. That's hysterical, Shannon. I love that. I love that method too. All right. Deb. Okay, I'm going to use the sanding tool. We're going to go around the edges, rough it up just a little bit, apply some wax. We'll put a little stencil on here. He needs to craft. I know. Okay, so I'm just, you know what? I might need a new piece of, Charlene. I think I need a new piece of sandpaper, you guys. It's been a little while. Charlene, girl, I haven't seen you for so long. Is your crafting season over as well? Kevin works tomorrow, so he likely won't come on. Guys, I'm hot. I'm having a hot flash. Oh my gosh, Deb, she sent me that, and I was busting up. That was hysterical. Okay. Now, I'm not worrying about putting any paint on here because it, the top layer of the blade is going to go over the top of that. He's woolly now. Does it look good though, Caroline? That's my question. Does it look good? Is it a good woolly? Or is it more like the woolly mammoth? You have a ton of your live notifications were off. Yes! Did you see that post that I made? Facebook was turning everybody's off, unfollowing people. Crazy. Those darn people at FB headquarters. Okay. There's our little blade. And there's our skate. I might have to fix this part right here where I put the white and wiped it off because it kind of got smudged. Maybe the wax will cover it up. I think the wax will cover it up, all right. All right, ladies. Let's show you two things really quick, okay? Since we're midway through. A lot of people really loved the snowman that I posted today, but that was from the subscription group. Did you guys see that? It freaked you out? That's hysterical. Excuse my leggings that I just live in, you guys. All right, so this was a little snowman from the subscription group. And everybody loved it. I'm not pulling him out of the vault, you guys, because it was a subscription group item. But I did some playing today because you all loved it. You all asked me to bring it back. So I created one that was similar but not the same. All right, this is a little round one. He'll be on a stand. He has a different shape heart, and this one says "Let It Snow." So I can't put him on a stand because all the pieces will fall off, but there's a stand. I did give him a little tag as well with a different snowflake. Okay. And then, and it does say burr, that you guys all love that burr. He's got some little arms, a carrot nose, and I put some buttons in, but just like the kit from the subscription group, you know, you don't always have to use all of the pieces and all of the elements because, you know, by the time you put him together and any embellishments that you put on, maybe all the pieces just don't look that great. But if you don't want embellishments, then you can use all of the pieces. And it's very hard to kind of hold them up and show you guys. I might have his hands going the wrong way. So anyway, okay. So he's a redo of that. Because a lot of people really liked him. Yes, Miss Charlene, if you've been hiding out, Facebook had you hiding. Thank you, ladies. All right, now really quick, this kit, this skate kit also comes in the ornament size. All right, so it comes 3 small ones. And then it's the same thing, 3 small ones. Now this one will only have the 2 tags available because I tried really hard to get the one that looks like a ticket to work, but it's just too small. It's too small, and the writing came out just a little bit, it was too burnt. It was just too much. Okay. So it will come with the 2 tags, and there'll be a total of 6, because there'll be 2 of each for each skate. So take your pick, whichever one you want. All right. All right. So that one is number 370, and this big one that we're working on is 371. All right. They're both in the shop, graceandtatteredlace.com. Okay. Let's get back to what we were doing. All right, so we're going to put a little wax around the edges. Hi, Gail. How are you, sweetheart? I'm using the Dixie Belle Best Dang Wax in the color brown. You guys can get this from Toyi over at To The Nines Designs on her website. It's TWO. Okay. To The Nines Designs. I'm just going to go around the edges a little. What do you guys think about tomorrow hopping on and seeing how to put together the skis? Skis are headed out, starting to head out, as well as the skates will be heading out on Monday to some people that were able to get their orders in. Thank you, Christina. We are, Gail. We are. I hope you're good, too. Somebody asked for the skis in an ornament size, so I was playing with that. I got it a little bit smaller. I don't know if it's ornament size, so we'll see. Hi, Susie. All right, just gonna kind of brush over the top of this. And I want to get this this. I just love the ski set. I don't know why I love the ski set so much. Obviously, I like the skate also. And that was a fun collaboration with Michelle. She kind of came up with the skate, and I helped her get it all cleaned up. Made a few little tweaks, but this was mostly Michelle's starting this one. Hi, Brenda. How are you, girl? Okay. There is that so far. We're going to put a little stencil on there. And before we get too far, I'm going to put some wax, some of the Velspar wax on this. I don't remember who was that messaged me saying that they couldn't get it, that it was no longer available. I did look today. It doesn't say it's no longer available. Oh, Dana, I don't know why, honey. It doesn't say that it's no longer available, at least on my link. But it's not gonna, it says that it won't ship until like sometime in December, and I can't remember when in December. It felt like it was like forever. So I'm wondering if they're in the process of reformulating it, repackaging it, or something, rather than making it completely unavailable. I don't know. So keep watching. If you're trying to get a hold of this, and you weren't able to get it, just keep watching the listing on Amazon. Terry's, do we have a new person? Is it Terry? Is that what I saw? Hi, Terry. Welcome, sweetheart. All right, so this is what I just used. And this is what I was just talking about, that somebody messaged me saying that it was no longer available. It does not say that today. It said it wasn't going to be available until for some time. All right, so now we got this. I'm going to set that little piece off to the side and let that kind of dry on its own. And we're going to do a stencil on this, and then we're going to assemble it. It's going to be that easy, you guys. I'm going to use this stencil, you guys. It's very loved. I don't wash it. I just continue to keep using it. You're celebrating your grandson's 2nd birthday today, Brenda. Oh my gosh. Happy birthday to him. All right, so for the skate, I like to not go, I like to use a light color, but not as light as the white. So I'm using Folk Art in the color of Lennon. Okay, and we're just gonna stencil this on here. Sometimes I'll just cheat and I'll put a glob of paint inside the lid. Now, a lot of you ask me about how do you stencil without it smearing. A good stenciling brush is important. This comes in a set, different sizes. This one has really short bristles. You don't need a lot of paint on the end of your brush, okay? You do not dip all of those bristles in there. You're just getting it on the ends. And I probably have a really good amount on there, almost too much. I'm going to take that, I'm going to dab it onto my paper towel. And now I only have a small amount. I like the dabbling or stippling technique. Michelle likes to do the swirling. Other people like to do the swirling. I like to do this technique, okay? Less is more when it comes to stenciling. And you want to make sure that you hold your stencil still, obviously. And if you don't think that you can do that, then definitely use some painter's tape to hold it down in place. Especially if you have a really detailed stencil and you don't trust yourself. Now sometimes this linen on the white doesn't really show up that well, so I will go over it. And sometimes I'll even use my heat tool, leave the stencil on the piece, dry it, and go over it with a second coat. It's 44 degrees in Michigan. Holy smokes. No, thank you. I don't like when it gets that cold. I will pass, my friend. So it's a little bit light. So I'm going to dry it really quick. Hi, Pat. I'm going to dry it just so you guys can see, okay? I can't obviously take it off to show you because I want my stencil to stay in place. So we're just going to do a second coat on this. All right, so there is one. I don't know if you guys can see that in the light very well. That is cold, Debbie. Very cold. Oh, Minnesota, thank you so much. Thank you for correcting me. Okay, it says the 5th through the 10th. Okay, so that's not too bad. That's not too bad. And I don't remember, Tammy, if that was you that was looking for that or not. I just remember somebody messaging me. I would definitely, if it said that, that's not that long. I would order it and take the chance of it hopefully shipping. I won't lie, I actually ordered another full can not that long ago, so I have a backup. Okay, I'm gonna dry this one. Thank you, Terry. You had 37 degrees for upper Michigan today. Oi! Thanks, Melissa. Melissa, you're crafting, right? Are you crafting along with me? I think I saw you had gingerbread men. Thanks, Charlene. What I love about ice skates is, you guys, it's not just a Christmas. Like, you can put this out for Christmas and it can stay out all winter. And even if you don't live in a place where it's cold and has snow, it's still wintry. I will tell you though, being a native Californian, we don't really leave decorations out all year long. You had a beautiful sunny day, maybe in the high 40s. Oh, that is cold. Way too cold for me. It's a summertime day. Yeah, it was here too, Dana. It was very warm here today as well. And we're supposed to be around 66, I think I saw, for Thanksgiving Day. And I hope it stays that way. I hope it doesn't change. I mean, if it changes, I can go for a little cooler, but not hotter. I don't want it to be hot. I want Thanksgiving to be a cool, nice, cool day. I want to be able to be cuddled up in a sweater and just enjoying myself. You are, Melissa. I'm glad. Is anybody else crafting along, doing something crafty while they're watching? All right, let's see here. I'm just going to be consistent with the other two, and we'll dry it and do another quick coat. Hi, Carol. Angie is working on files. You're getting them all organized, right, girl? Okay. Ooh, I love it. You have all your gingerbread stitched and decorated. Caroline is cancer survivor. I can happily say that. And she does a lot of sewing or she makes crochets, beanies, and what else you do, your gingerbread men and stuff like that to take over to the hospital to cancer patients. Gives her something to do, gives her something to give back to, and brings her joy. You're getting ready for shows for the next 2 weekends. Christmas present, Summer requested a Bigfoot with a Packer flag. Oh, goodness. Sewing pocket bunnies and listening to Frasier. Okay, so there we go. I don't know. That one's kind of hard to see up here. All right. Now, this is the fun part, I think. We're going to put the strings in. Now, I honestly don't know how long I need. I'm just going to take a nice, keeps you from going bonkers, I bet. And now, to try to figure out, remember how I did this. I honestly do not remember how I did this. I think I put both of these through here. I had to do a tester to find out how to do the think I just took a nice, actually I didn't take a long enough piece of twine and I ended up having to tie it in the middle, and I actually like how it turned out. Okay. Wrong side. I think what I did was I went up the hole, okay. I must have tied a knot back here. Make a knot on the back side. $90 hats, Caroline. That is incredible. It's good to see you too, Carol, and visit with you guys. Okay, so I just tied a couple knots back here to keep this from going through, okay? Now I pulled it through one hole. I'm going to put on a bell. And I'm going through both pieces of twine. And I might have to, I played around with this yesterday. I might have to use the glue. I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue on the ends to kind of keep those ends from fraying. And then I'll twist them together. Okay. Where's Tracy? Tracy, you're the one that told me to get some sort of a beater. Okay, so we put one right here, and now I'm going to put on another one. But I'm not going to pull it taut, okay? I'm going to put it where I want it to go, in that little next little hole, caddy corner. All right? And I'm going to go down the other, whoops, I'm going to go down that hole. So now I have the two bells like this. So they're both on these two holes. All right. I can't see that. It's too far away. Okay, now I'm in the back and I'm going to go up on the other corner on the top, and I'm going to come down on the bottom. I think I did this backwards. We're going to go back up the same hole, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of wrap it around as if these were like the eyelets. When when you lace up skates, they have the little hooks, right, to lace the skates. So I just kind of wrapped it around, and I'll try to see if I can give that show you better the next go around. So now I have to go back down the hole. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from here down to the next one, okay? Like so. Then I'm going to come up from the one next to it. It's kind of like threading a puzzle. I'm going to come up. So I went down this one, and I'm going to come up through here. We're going to put another bell on there. 2 bells, actually. And then we're going to go at the diagonal, we're going to go down. And then we'll come back up and then we'll wrap it around again, and I'll show you how try to show you better how I did that. If I can even show you. Okay, so we have this. So we're just going to take this and wrap it around the bells. Hopefully you guys can see that good. Just like you were lacing skates. It's really hard for me to. So now have it there. I'm going to go around this one. Just kind of want to twist it around so it's, you know, looks like, and it's going to hold those bells in place. Might not have gotten it tight enough. We'll go back down. And then we'll go back up another hole so that we can go down to the next set. I hope that makes sense, you guys. Angie, your sister's married name is Arntz. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go back down to the next set of holes and do the same thing. Thank you, Caroline. I hope that makes sense. I hope that you guys were able to kind of see what I was doing. Just play with it. Find something that, you know, that you like, that you think looks good or works for you. I might have to put some more glue on here. Thanks, Susie. There we go. Okay. Hopefully I got enough string. That I won't have to add more. Okay. There we go. I can't see what I'm doing. All right, there we go. Thanks, Michelle. All right, last two. How are we doing except for cutting and cutting and cutting more? Some more. We're doing good, Carol. Doing good. We're finally starting to feel like we are seeing the end. We don't feel so suffocated, I won't lie. We've just been putting in a lot of hours. He tried to get me today to go to a little craft show. Well, I wouldn't say it was little. I think it's a big craft. It was a big craft show, and they had food trucks there. He really wanted to go to the food trucks, but I'm like, no, we have to cut. We can't stop. I just hate, you know, that people have to wait so long for orders. All right, almost done. All right, so then we're just gonna wrap it around again. All right, now, I think we're just gonna send this back down inside and glue it down. I'm just going to glue this down. Hi, Tammy. How are you, girl? I didn't see you sneak in. All right. Let me... Yeah, Kevin complains. He says I'm a slave driver. That's what he tells me. You're a slave driver. But this is probably the busiest time of the year for any business, to be honest. Okay. Now, this is what happened. And I'm going to show you my little... Oh, I didn't... The first time when I did my tester... I did not get enough twine, okay? And it's okay if you don't. Because what I did was I took another piece of twine and I had my loose little strings here, and all I did was just tie a piece on to make an extension, okay? Now that obviously isn't the case because I did get enough twine. Don't panic, okay? Don't panic if you don't get enough, because that's a little bit big, but that's not what I wanted, but that's bigger than I wanted. So we're going to do it again. But you can always tie another piece in there and it'll give it an extra little oomph look. My loop was bigger than I wanted it to be, so we're going to try it again because it was too big. And I keep putting my scissors inside that little pile of paint right there. Okay, there, this is better. Okay. So this is what I ended up with. I had like this little loop thing here, which is fine. To me, it looked like little shoestrings that were tied, okay? You can put one up higher if you want it to be up higher, but this could be a go-around if you don't have enough twine. Just make a little knot and tie some in. And if you don't like the little loop, take that part off, okay? I liked it. I like the look of it. Now, let's finish it off. We're going to give it some embellishments and give it that finished look. And don't forget, you guys, anytime you're doing any kind of kits, no matter what they are, anything, even if it's not a kit, the embellishments take them over the top. All right? It completes the look of your projects. All right, we're just going to use a couple different pieces of greenery. Hi, Kimberly, you made it. You made it to alive. I cannot believe it. I hope you're feeling better. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, Carol. So I have this little piece. This one came from Hobby Lobby. It's probably one of my favorites. This also has a hole, okay? We haven't put the blade on yet. This has a hole in the top, so if you want to make it into a hanger, it can hang. This would be so darling on a wreath for your front door. I do not want it to hang, okay? I want mine to be a shelf leaner. So I'm going to put my little embellishments right over that hole and kind of cover it up a little bit. I'm just going to play with some greenery. This one is the one that came from that wreath that I showed you guys. And then this one is the one that came from the swag. So we'll probably just add a couple pieces of this in there. I want mine just to be kind of cute and simplistic and very rustic, very vintagey looking. I think that's really it. I'm just gonna put some glue and start putting my greenery on there. Hi, Kathy. I didn't see you sneak in. Thank you, love. Hi, Carolyn. Oops, I put the wrong one on first. Got busy talking. You guys, I'm having a hot flash. If you see me get all red, that's what's going on. You can't taste, you can't smell. Oh my gosh, and you're so congested. Oh no. 5,000 boxes of tissues. Is that what you've gone through? Tissues? I'm thinking that's what you meant. That's no fun. All right, so there's our greenery, and we're just gonna put a very simple bow. I wish I could find this ribbon at Hobby Lobby. I cannot find it anymore. I think that they have discontinued it. I meant to go look on the aisle where the bridal section was. This is that very rustic-y looking green ribbon. Oh, you have 5,000 boxes of Christmas. Oh, your Christmas decorations. Hello, wake up, Monique. You know why I wasn't catching that? I'm not gonna lie. I told the girls this the other day. I have not decorated for Christmas in some time. I just, it overwhelms me. It overwhelms me a lot. And I honestly have not decorated in, I don't know how many years. It's been a long time. It's more than I can handle. I guess it's because the past several years at Christmas time have been a very challenging time for me. And so there's that. All right, let's go back to this, the little tag, skate rental. We're gonna put a piece of twine through there. We'll see how we get. I've purchased a few new things this year, and we'll see if I actually go through with it. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Beverly. We're going to trim this afterwards. All right, so now I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here. We're going to attach this. Kind of meant to do this way. Kind of under the greenery, not so that I don't want it to cover all that greenery up. So And then we'll trim that down. It is very overwhelming, and you deal with severe anxiety as well. Yeah, it has a lot to do with it, Kimberly. Christine, I'm trying to decide, is this an Etsy shop or is this an exclusive subscription group? I'm not going to lie. I'm toying in my head. I have not come up with a decision. Okay. Let's put the blade on. Thank you, Brenda. All right, so you guys, this is my all-time favorite, okay? I did get this one, the glitter art glue. And I do like this one as well, but I'm going to be honest, it doesn't set as fast as the Stick Fast, okay? The Stick Fast dries much quicker. Things do not slip and slide. I don't have to wait as long, and when you don't have patience, that's what works. So I did get more Stick Fast because I'm almost out. Okay. Oh, thanks, Kimberly, Antonio. Yeah. Put it all away if it's too overwhelming. It's not worth it. Yeah. I shared with the ladies the other day that last year all we got up was the Christmas tree. It didn't have any decorations on it. We just had a pre-lit Christmas tree that Kevin graciously put up for me. All right, are you guys ready to see this? It is so cute. Look at that. I just love this, you guys. I think that is so cute. And it's going to be super cute next to my little skis, I think. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Debbie. Or Deb, sorry. I'm not sure why I called you Debbie. You're sitting here in your room with just your Christmas tree lights on, and all of a sudden you hear an owl. You've never heard one outside your house before. That's kind of cool though, Susie. A little creepy, but cool, right? Thanks, Beth. Thank you, Pat. All right, you guys, this one is actually really easy. I think the hardest part is actually just threading the little laces and the bells. Other than that, it was super, super easy. This one would be great at either placing. Oh, yes. Thank you, Marianne. Thank you, Charlene and Terry and Jill and Lori. This is not adorable? And the small ones, remember, it comes in ornament size too. So you can get them in ornaments. I'm super excited with this one because, you know, it's sentimental to me. Cool and creepy, yeah. We had one when we lived in Lake Elsinore. We had a little white one. I forget what they were. I don't know if it was a barn owl or what those were called. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you, Barbara. All right, you guys, what do you think? Should we come on tomorrow so I can show you guys how to do the skates? For those of you that have not seen the skates. These will be starting to go out to people Monday. I think is the first day the skis will go out, and the skates are starting to go out on Monday as well. So I need to make sure that we get on and show you guys how to assemble this one as well. Tomorrow, you like tomorrow too. Thank you, Susie and Sandy and Maggie, Kimberly. Okay, so I'll make a post tomorrow and let you guys know what time. I know Monday is a work day for a lot of you guys, and so I don't want to go on too late. Plus, I think, no, Kevin is off on Monday. Maybe we can get Kevin to come in and visit with us because he's off on Monday. Yeah. Oh, you guys, did you see Roxy? Yeah. Roxy girl. I don't know. She went to go to bed. All right. You guys, thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me. I appreciate all of you guys. Again, the kit is $370 for the big one. $370. I'm sure it's backwards. $371 for the small ones, or you can just type in ice skate in the search engine and it should pull it up. Kimberly's got to get our snowman ornaments ordered for the babies with their reindeers from last year. Thank you so much. And I think that's it. I'll get the snowman. We'll probably get new things listed on Monday. There's going to be a few new things on Monday. All right. All right, ladies. Have a great night, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Love you all. Bye-bye.